Hello. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I am not going to even test if this picks up my sound. I have my headphones in. There's some dinosaurs here. I don't know why. I'm in a fenced off area. But I'm here in Singapore. Just landed about an hour ago and I'm walking to my place right now. It's like 2 a.m. But I'm doing the no eSIM, no data plan here, which means like no calling, no anything unless I'm on Wi-Fi, and only really be on Wi-Fi at my room where I'll be sleeping. So to keep you updated on what's happening, mainly for the fam here, but where else I'd be looking. Some of the boys asking me too. Make a video while I'm walking through. You can't really see this, the herbivore enclosure. I don't know where I'm even going. There's water everywhere. I'm being sprayed by sprinklers. Anyway, one thing I want to talk about was how insanely lucky, unlucky, who knows what to call it. This is pretty cool. I wish it was brighter. I don't know how well it's been picked up. Cool or uncool. Sorry, lucky or unlucky, not cool or uncool. My flights were, I'm from the United States, right? Portland International Airport to San Diego, chill. San Francisco to Seoul, South Korea. What's that sound behind me? Nothing. It's really nothing? I guess so. And then Seoul, South Korea to Singapore, where I am right now. And I got all that through booking.com. Right. Ooh, this is cool up here. And apparently, on booking.com, my name is Nate, where, on my passport's Nathaniel. And I did not realize this on my tickets until maybe 2 days before my flight. So, because I'm so smart, a little more background, excuse me, a little more background here. I have never flown out of the country before, right? So that's my first time. I have no idea how the airport really works. I usually fly about once a year or less with family or friends. I've only flown by myself for one other trip. There's music going too, wow. Anyway. So I am not a flying expert. So I'm like, name wrong? That's probably bad. Let's make sure to fix that at the airport. Oh wow! Can't really see this by a giant T-Rex. It's clawing through the fence. That's pretty cool. Anyway, where was I? I thought, change at the airport. My mom came with me, because when I'm just like, hey man, he changed it. She's the one who's gonna lay down the law and be like, he needs it changed, right? This place is cool. I wish it wasn't dark for the phone. There's some herbivores in there eating on the leaves. This is right next to the Singapore airport, by the way. Yeah. Like I'm only 5 minutes from the airport. So we go to the airport, the Portland International Airport, at 4 hours before my flight's planned to take off. Talk to Alaskan Airlines, the receptionist, and she's like, yeah, we can't change this. Did you go through an agency? We're like, yep. Call up the agency and they can probably fix it. Call up booking.com. Booking.com's like, yeah, we can't fix it because you're checked in. And yeah, I was checked in. So I go back to the counter, uncheck myself in. That's easy. Back to booking.com, girl who's on hold. And she's like, yeah, we just can't do it. If you had told us 10 months ago or whatever, or 3 months to be more realistic, in January, we could have fixed it. But, your flight's literally right now, so sorry. I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. Lady at the counter for Alaska was like, here's your ticket to San Francisco, but, you're going to have to get... So I have Alaska for my first flight, and then I'm on Korean Airlines for the last two. She's like, Korean Airlines can fix it, probably. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll risk it. So I risked it. Oh, she's like, you might even get stopped here because your name's different, but probably not because it's not international. Went through security. They didn't bat an eye. Got through on my plane. Hour and like 30-minute plane flight. Got to San Francisco. There's like, I realized this first flight that I just got off of got rescheduled to 1 hour earlier, right? And so I had about an hour and 15-minute layover now. And luckily it got pushed to that because I did not realize as my first time flying international. Because normally we do the cheap flights where you got layovers. It's like, you lay over, walk to the next terminal and you just wait. International, no, that's not how that works. When you land, you have to go back through security. I did not know this. Plus, I had my weird name thing. I get to the Korean airline receptionist area, huge line. Like, oh my God. There's like 2 people at the counter. It's going so slow. Looking at my phone, I'm like, dude, I board in like an hour and 30 minutes. This line is moving like 1 person every 10 minutes. I'm screwed. So I'm freaking out, but like not really showing it. And luckily some more Korean airline workers come. Line goes a lot faster. I'm on my phone looking up like Korean airline, change name, ticket different, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Google's telling me they can't do that on day of. So I'm like, I trust Google. I should have asked ChatGPT because it never lies. But Google said they can't do it. So I'm almost up and I'm like, I got 2 options. 1, I can ask them, change the name. 2, I could just say nothing and hope it works for all the checks. Keep in mind, I've never been through international, so I don't know how different the checks are. Because for not international, it's like you just kind of look at it and they kind of... PDX airport is so lax. So you can't really see. Oh, this one you can see a little better. It's a baby. Not sure if you can see it. Anyway. Oh God, so many sprinklers in front. Well, whatever. Anyway. I don't know how the security's gonna be, right? So I'm like, screw it, we're gonna risk it. At this first receptionist, she's like, oh, where are you going? I'm like, South Korea. She's like, oh, that your final destination? I'm like, oh, no, Singapore. I was okay. And she does this thing and she like circles all these names and these tickets and she hands me my 2 boarding passes. Great, she didn't catch it. I don't even know if her job was to catch it, but she didn't catch it. Through security next, I got about 45 minutes till my plane starts boarding, or so I think, because I have physical tickets here. Physical tickets. I don't know if they've made any changes. My apps don't work because I don't know why they're all bad. They don't update. Anyway, get through security. My tickets I board in like 5 minutes. Oh yeah, security, by the way. Yeah, got through it. They barely even looked at my cards. Is the white privilege coming in? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Get through. I'm like, okay, great, we're through. No more checks, right? No, I'm wrong. Get to my gate, about 5 minutes to spare before boarding. Plane got delayed by an hour. I'm like, wow, I ran for nothing. But it's fine. Guess I'll chill here in the airport with Wi-Fi for 1 more hour. Vibing. Not even batting an eye. We start boarding up and I'm seeing, oh my God, this is the most anyone's ever looked at my passport in their lives. Like this guy, this Korean guy, I think he's Korean. He's looking so, like he's like going back and forth on the ticket and the card. I'm like, oh my God, it's over for me. There's no way. But the lady behind him goes, yo, we gotta hurry up. We're already delayed. And then he starts rushing a little bit more. Luckily, I'm in like group 3 to board. And so now he's rushing, barely even looking. I get past. Oh my God. So right now, this 13-hour-ish flight to South Korea. And when I backtrack my story a little bit, when I originally booked my tickets, I did not book a seat for my second and third flight with the 2 long ones. Because it costs money, and I'm stingy. I'm getting sprayed with so much water. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, hopefully there's no... Look at that. It's just spraying the wall. Oh my God. Wow, I can't see that spider web in real life. My camera's picking it up. Whoa. Is that a web? What is that? It's a lens flare effect? I don't know what's happening, but any on this side? Yeah, there's some on this side too. I'm gonna hope this is to the light. Anyway, dinosaur footprints. I'm so wet now. Okay. A little more backstory, right? Did not book the seats for my second and third flight, my 2 longest ones, 13 in about 6.5 hours. But Googled this life hack where when you check in, right, 24 hours before your flight, for Korean Airlines, you can, as you're checking in, you can select your seat. You can hit select seat. And it shows you all the available seats. And what happens when you check in with no seat selected is it does like this grid format that puts you in a seat. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna time it up. Check the seats for both my flights to get a window seat. Window seats, goated. I sleep on the flights. It's amazing. So I do this, right? But I remember back in the store, and I got 2 window seats, but I remember it being in the store, but I'm like, I had to get checked out to get checked back in to like change my name, which never actually worked. So yeah, my seats got changed, but somehow still both window seats. And yes, they are different because like the numbers were completely different. So completely by random, 2 window seats again. But now we're on this 13-hour flight looking for my seat. I'm walking. I'm like, oh no. The very back, right by the pooper. And before the flight even takes off, someone takes a giant dump, and it's horrible. But luckily I have my mask. Slap it on. I can at least want my breath now. We're chilling. Additionally, this is a 333 plane where there's like 3 seats on the left, 3 in the middle, 3 on the right. Where I am in the very last row, it's 2 on the left, 3 in the middle, 2 on the right. And these 2 are touching in the middle, like on the left seat, bunch of leg room, on the right seat, bunch of leg room. And I actually can't hit the wall with my head very easily. So I didn't know how to feel about it when I first got there, but long story short, ooh, look at this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but map. But huge room. Like I can stretch I'm 6'5", right? I can stretch everything. We are chilling. And so get on the flight. I'm trying to relax, figure out this new seat thing. I figure out that I can put like my backpack, my carry-on up like between me and the window, and it's great, but I have to wait till for the plane to take off so I can put my bag up. So the guy next to me, this Korean guy, dressed very business-like. I'm like, well, he should be in business class, man. This guy looking good. And he starts talking to me. He's like, oh, what you doing? I'm not a big small talk guy. I'm like, I just want to sit here, listen to my music, but I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna be asleep once the plane goes off, so I'll indulge in this conversation. He's talking to me, and then his wife apparently is one of the stewardess. Is that what they're called? Like she works on the plane, and she like gives the food, gives you water, whatever. And he gets all these flights for free if she's on them. I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, but they always put me like the back, whatever. I meet his wife, cool. She's like, if you ever want stuff, just let me know, I'll hook you up. I'm like, okay. I'll be asleep, so probably not. And the flight goes. We land off, I put my headphones in, stop talking to this guy. I'm chilling on the flight. Once I can put my seat back, which no one's behind me, so I'm not guilty. Put the seat back, right? Get my bag in between me and the wall. I have to they give you like a pillow and a blanket on Korean Airlines and a water bottle. I was kind of loaded up. I shoved all that between me and the window. I'm sleeping the best sleep ever when I played in my life. I wake up, my music's off. All the lights are off now in the cabin too. I'm like, whoa, lights are off, I'm awake. In my mind, I'm like, okay, that must have been at least like 6+ hours because my headphones last for 6 hours. And I thought my music was on like repeat on my downloaded playlist was like about 2 hours. No, check the time. It's only been like 4 hours, if that. I'm like, oh no. I was hoping for minimum like 6, hopefully like 7, 8. But it's a 13-hour flight. Like, oh no, because no way I fall back asleep now. I cannot fall back asleep. Impossible in this position. And worst part is, before I even check the time, all like my bag, the blanket, everything is all on the ground now. And my neck is just like in this hole. And oh my God, it's so sore. Luckily, there's so much room though to stretch and stuff. So that wasn't a big problem. But I'm awake now. For the next hour, I'm just like, I'm watching these videos I got downloaded. I'm just chilling. All these chairs have like screens on them too, in front of you. And so in front of me, I have like, ooh, spiderweb, dodge that. And in front of me, I have like the flight trip planned out. Like, flight trip planned out, I don't know how to explain it, but it shows like where your destination, how much time is left in the flight, right? And let's see, about 5 hours in, so there's about 8 hours left in the flight. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus. Watch more videos for like an hour. And then I'm like, wait a minute. My last flight got an hour earlier, which then gave me like an hour and 40 minutes to layover to get everything ready. I'm going to a country again. And then leaving a country. So there's probably gonna be another international airport thing where I have to like get checked out, get checked back in. Wow, it is dark here. How much time am I gonna have at the airport? How much time? I'm like, oh no, I pull out my ticket because my dang phone doesn't show anything. And so on the screen in front of me, it's like, you'll be there at 17:35. That's when you'll land. I'm like, okay, pull my ticket out. Plane boards at 17:55. And I'm like, 20 minutes? 20 minutes? Plane leaves at 18:30. Like, oh my God. That, if that's just like gates, maybe enough time. If it's, because you have to take into consideration the plane lands and then, it takes a year to actually get out of the plane. I'm in the very back. Remember, I'm in the far, there's like 100, 200, 300 people in front of me. I have to wait to get out of the plane. Reservoir. I should be seeing the coast here pretty soon. Is that the coast? I don't even know where I am. Can I? Oh, okay, well, I'm not worried about it. So I'm like panicking now. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna miss the flight. And on top of all that, my name on my passport and ticket is wrong. It's my nickname, it's Nate. So if they notice that, I'm even more screwed over. Like, I don't have time to like, maybe leave and come back, hopefully a different person's there. Like, no, there's no cheating I can do. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, okay, what should I do? First thing I do, I'm like, okay, thank God I got this hookup with my homie next to me. He's awake watching some Korean video. I tap him. And I'm like, hey bro, what do you think I should do about this? And he's like, oh, let me get my wife over and maybe she'll know. His wife comes over, the person who works on the airplane. And she's like, oh, can I see your ticket? And I'm like, sure, here. And she's like, oh, let me see what I can do. I'll see if the flight got changed or anything. She leaves. She goes back. She's like, oh, don't worry. I got everything under control. I'm like, okay. She gives my ticket back. I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about it. And, I'll just de-stress. She said she got it under control. I'll just trust. 10 minutes later, she's like, it's like a different person comes to me. A different person. Which at first, I'm, sorry, this is racist. I did not realize because they're all in the same uniform. They all have black hair. It's all tied up. I'm tired. I thought it was her. Voice sounds the same. But no, it's someone different. Her accent's a little bit thicker. She's like, this your name? I look at it and I'm like, wait a minute. Do they know that the ticket says Nate? Do they know that it's supposed to be Nathaniel? Oh my God, I say, yes, it's my name. I can't back down now, that's my name. Like, okay, come with me. And I'm like, I get out of my seat, like, oh no, get your bag too. And I'm like, what, huh? Grab my bag. And she's like, any other bag? I'm like, yeah, in that thing. And we're like, oh, grab that bag too. And I'm like, what? got all my stuff. And she's like walking to the front of the plane. I'm like, what is going on, right? Bro, we still got 8 hours something left in this flight. It'd be 7 hours at this point. She sits me down, first class. She gives me the luxury treatment. She's like, there's 2 other people with you who are going to Singapore, and we're gonna have it all settled for you. We're moving you guys up here so that you can leave the plane as fast as possible. And she says some other things that I don't catch through her accent. I just say yes or great. I'm just vibing. Dude, I'm laying down. If I wasn't so lazy, I took a picture of me laying down. I put it in this video, but I don't have any computer. I'm not gonna edit this. This is too lazy. But I'm in first class now, dude. Oh my God, it was great. Unfortunately, I could not fall asleep, even though I'm literally laying down, because I already slept. Ugh, I would have saved it, I could have done the whole thing. But luckily, I didn't fall asleep. Because later, they come over, and they hand me this menu. And I'm like, menu? Usually it's like one option or 2, and they just tell me. She's like, oh, pick something. And I'm like, does it cost money? She's like, no, first class. I'm like, what? And so I picked this I think it was beef, I don't know. It was some sort of Korean meat with rice, Korean rice, and this like soup or tea. I don't even know what it was, but it felt like soup, but it might have been tea, honestly. I don't know, but it was delicious. I ate all of it. They asked if I want any alcohol. I'm like, no. They're like, free, and I'm like, no, thank you. I'm like, okay. So, and then later, maybe 2 hours left on the flight, they come over again, and they hit me another menu, like dessert. I'm like, oh my God. So I got this like salted caramel, vanilla, strawberry ice cream thing. So good. I don't even like strawberry that much. It was delicious. Oh my God. Until the plane finally lands, and the girl's like, okay, come on, let's go. Me and these other 2 guys are all here in first class now, thanks to me. Get up, and we go out the plane, and then another Korean lady's there. She's like, 3? And I'm like, huh? Follow. And we're following her, and bro, she's speed walking so fast. I'm like, okay, this is great. We're zooming, dude. We get to the like I predicted, there is another like security check, because that's probably just common knowledge, but whatever. But thanks to this lady, we like cut through this line. We go crazy mode. We go to like the priority line, which there's still a line. And then this lady goes, oh, are you to Singapore from whatever? To like a lady in line. Like lady in line's like, no. Next lady in line, no. And she's like, is it okay if we cut in front of you? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. She's speaking in Korean. I assume asking the same question to these Korean people. And bro, we're just skipping all these people. We get up to the thing. And I'm in the front. I put my bags in. Just took out electronics, no shoes or anything. So I'm like, okay, free, easy. You stand before the metal detector area. You stand, you still hear, oh, passport checks here too. So I'm freaking out because this is the first time where like I've been this much of a rush, right? But thankfully, with this girl here, bro, they just quickly glance at it like seems legit and leave. Easy. The Nate situation under control. Only one more check left on the plane. And I'm in Singapore, so you guys know it worked out. But it was a good story that I'm about to tell you too. Anyway. I'm at the metal detector, and there's 2 lines, 2 metal detectors, then 2 people across from me one on each metal detector. I'm explaining this horribly. Anyway, the point is you walk through, if it beeps, they pat you down. So I'm up next, and there's 2 of these, remember, and there's 2 people on the end. I'm on the left, other one's on the right. The right line, it's this woman and her kid. She's asked to come through mine. I'm like, okay, a little sus. She cuts in front of me, goes through. It beeps, she gets pat down. In the right line again, someone goes on the right. On the right line, they get waved to come through mine again. It's this old lady. I'm like, okay, maybe because it was like an old lady and a mom and a kid, maybe, I don't know. Goes through, doesn't beep, continues. They do the right lane again. And I'm sitting here and like I see the lady who's been like guiding us in front past a security check, and she's like tapping her foot, like what's going on. And I'm like, I turn around, like the two guys who are with me are like, hey man, what did you do? They're like pissed or something. I'm like, I don't know. So two more women on the right go by. Then all of a sudden this guy like runs past me. This Korean guy gets in front of me and then waits for me to come through. What I realized was they had two women stationed after this checkpoint, and I'm just assuming that a man has to be the one to pat you down. It can't be a woman patting me down. I didn't get pat down because it didn't beep, but I don't know why there was no guy there anyway. Like, I don't know, but we had to wait because there's no guy. Whew, I was a little nervous. I was like, what did they figure out that? They figure out that my Nate Nathaniel thing? Oh my God, I was freaking out. But no. Go through, and all the guys come through. All our bags are good. We continue. The last destination. And let me tell you, the line that we skipped, holy was it long. And then to top it off, 258 at the Terminal 258 at the Korean airport, Seoul Airport, is literally the farthest terminal possible away. Our lady is speed walking with us. We're sending it so fast. I'm seeing these numbers go up, and I'm like, is there not gonna be like a way like the numbers split off to where it becomes like shorter? No. It's like 30 terminals that I walk past, maybe more actually. About halfway there, and the girl goes, keep on going this way and you'll see a terminal, okay? And we're like, yeah, okay. She gets tired of walking. There's so much walking. And she might have to get back to her plane anyway, who knows? We continue. Now I'm in the front leading the charge. I'm walking a little bit faster because we have about 5 minutes till boarding starts. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. 5 minutes till the plane leaves. This is how close it is. So I'm like kind of booking it. But since the lady wasn't running, I was like, should I run? No, I'll just speed walk too. So I speed walk. No one's at the gate, like no people, but like, sorry, no passengers. And they're like, oh, are you from the Singapore or from the South Korea flight? Like, yes. Okay. At this point, right when we get there, the guy behind me like does like a fancy maneuver, better pathing, and he gets in front of me, scans his ticket. I'm watching him scan his ticket, and oh my God, this is the most precise man I've ever seen. Look at any ticket. He grabs the passport in one hand, puts it on the table, grabs the ticket, puts it on the table. They're next to each other. He then like circles the name, the date of birth. He's on the ticket. He's circling everything to like signify that he's seen it. I'm like, oh no, this is it for me. He's gonna see. He's gonna know. Give him my thing. He circles my last name, which is the same. I don't know if he doesn't look or if he doesn't say anything, but he just circles it. I continue on to the plane, and I'm sitting pretty, dude. I get to my new seat. We're the last people, right? So I'm going. My seat's pretty far in the back again. And I sit down. And okay, so this plane is a 2-4-2. So 2 seats on the left, 4 in the middle, 2 on the right. I'm on the left window seat again. Clutch. No one's in that seat next to me. Nor is anyone in the 4 seats in the middle. So I'm like, wait, what? No way, right? This is too good to be true. About a minute goes by. Plane is moving. 10 minutes go by. We're still here, past the flight time. A family of 2 comes in. I'm like, okay, no way they're with me, right? No, they sit in the 2 seats in the 4. 5 more minutes go by. This plane is giga delayed. 2 more guys come in. I see them, a couple. I'm like, okay, they'll probably be the other seat too, right? No. The man sits by me. The woman sits in the group of 4 where there's 2 seats open there. The plane starts taking off. The guy's talking like, we're gonna be leaving soon. Get ready. I'm like, no way this guy sits here. And then his wife is speaking in Korean. And this whole conversation in Korean, but I'm gonna tell you how I think what I think they were saying. The little wife tells her husband, "The plane's leaving and there's a seat right here open. Can you come sit by me?" Husband goes, "Well, I don't want to be a disturbance to the couple next to you or whatever, because, you know, they probably want the free seat too." Lady goes, No, let me ask him. "Hey, couple next to me, is it okay if my husband sits here? Looks like no one's gonna be here." Couple next to her goes, "Oh, yeah, sure, of course." Husband goes, "Well, all right then." Then he gets up out of the seat and he goes by his wife. So no one's sitting next to me. It's that easy. I got a fork in the road. You guys can't really see it, but I'm gonna go left. I think it goes to the same place, but it's less tree infested, so. No one is next to me on this flight. This flight is regular seating, so like my head can go up against that wall. Bro, head in the corner, legs like diagonal to the other seat. I am vibing. I fall asleep like instantly when the plane takes off. I'm out of it. I wake up, 30 minutes left in the flight. I slept for 5.5 hours. Let's go. So, yeah, that's the story. I land in Singapore. It's like 1 a.m. I can't check into my hotel till 7 a.m. And so I'm just walking to it. It's about a 4-hour walk. It's really warm out here. I was not ready for it to be so warm at night, but I'm sweating. It's fine. That's the story. Very long-winded explanation, but you guys get it. I might tell more stories of my time here in Singapore. I'm going to Singapore, Bangkok, South Korea, Japan, and Hawaii. We'll see. I'm not going to have data in most of those places. And if I'm just walking around, talking's fun. So, stay safe, everyone. Have a good day. I'm out of here. Bye.